Hey guys, welcome back! You know how I mentioned a minor gas leak last episode? It's still not fixed, so I have escaped to my parents' house until they can hopefully fix it in a couple of days. Which means if this episode seems a little scuffed, that's because it probably is. We managed to move most of my setup to my parents' place, so hopefully it's all workable, but yeah, I can only apologise for any audio issues or anything else that's just a bit off. I'm also pretty sure my keyboard is going to be louder than usual because my microphone is like right next to my keyboard, so yeah, sorry. Hopefully we should be back to normal next week. And while I was hoping we could have a normal episode today, I think I am unfortunately going to have to do yet another unedited episode because, yeah, things are interesting at the moment, to say the least. But enough about that, let's get on with today's episode. And since last time we did a chaos vault, I think today we take charge and make our own chaos. So first, we're going to need a crystal. And I think this is the sort of chaos I'm in the mood for today. So we've almost filled out our entire capacity, we only have 5 left, and I've decided I feel like doing an elixir. We have been having an awful lot of fun with elixirs recently, so this just feels perfect. And then we also have 2 times living, 2 times wealthy, 2 times ornate, and only 1 times gilded. I could have possibly moved things around to get another gilded, but in the end, I figured this would work fine. We do also have 5 times challenge stack and 3 times random negative, which hopefully if we get lucky we might not end up getting all of them, but I think that should be mostly workable, so that seems good. And then we also have bonus ornate, bonus living, bonus gilded, bonus coins, and of course Tenos's favour. And I think this should make for a very nice little vault. So I'm gonna go for it. And oh, look at that, we actually only ended up with 3 of the challenge stacks instead of 5. We did get all of the random negatives, but hopefully we won't get, what was it, onslaught that we got last time? That was a lot to deal with, so hopefully we might get some slightly nicer negatives. But before we head in, we of course need to take 2 new bounties. So we have kill 23 tank mobs for 2 mystery eggs and some knowledge essence, which isn't bad. We have kill 57 horde mobs and get an echo gem and a bunch of stuff and some knowledge essence, also pretty good. And find 17 silver scrap and also get a echo gem and some more silver. Ooh, those are some good options. Let's take the tank mobs so we can start working towards that. And let's take the horde mobs. It's always nice to have a guaranteed completion when we're going into a vault. And we of course also need to remember to keep an eye out for a sparkletine door when we're on our way. But I suppose, let's see what theme we get. What do you have for us today? And what are the negative modifiers? We have 2 times chunky and 1 times clumsy. I think that's actually okay. Obviously, it does mean that the mobs have 20% extra health to go along with their 30% extra health, but that's pretty much what we thought we were going to get originally. And minus 50% trap disarm, I believe. Yeah, I mean, we might still get some traps, but we're definitely still going to have at least some of our trap disarm working. So I think this should hopefully actually turn out all right. And we have a nice little cavey theme, so I'm totally here for this. And hopefully, if we get some good rolls and maybe find some interesting rooms, this could be very good for us. So let's just head in and let's see what we can find. We also have the added benefit of absolutely no wild this time. And that had a little bit of elixir, not crazy, but a little bit. And we seem to have an awful lot of gilded chests, considering gilded chests is the one that we didn't absolutely manage to get a bunch of stuff on. And it looks like the horde mobs don't have any... Wait, that guy had elixir. But... Huh, okay. Some of the horde mobs seem to have elixir, and other ones don't. And it looks like wooden chests also don't have any. Okay, that's alright. Hopefully. What about you? Living chests also have a little bit. I could really do with something having a very good roll that's not just some of the zombies. Actually, those guys did pretty well. Okay. Looks like we might yet get lucky and be able to do this elixir. We've already filled in some of the bar within the first minute or two, and that always bodes very well. And ornate chests seem to have a bit as well. This seems pretty good. Hello. Please do not corner me. Although, we do very much want the tanks, so I will take those, but if you could not just corner me all the time, that would be great. Hello. Let's see if I can work out why some of you had no elixir, and some of you seem to have a lot. Because you didn't have any. Neither did you guys. And yet, other guys definitely did. Or maybe I'm just getting very confused. It is surprisingly disorienting to be playing this game at a completely different setup. Like, yes, it's my computer, but it's not my desk, and I've only got one screen, which is very strange. Like, it just feels so surprisingly weird to be working, to be playing this somewhere else. It's fine, but very strange. I'm gonna sneeze. Ah. So, let's see. Ow. I'm gonna blame that on being on a different setup and definitely not my failure at jumping. It's not my fault. That's gonna be my entire line for today, I think. It's just like, oh, it's not my fault. I'm at a different setup than usual. It's definitely not my fault that I did something stupid. It's definitely my situation. These are the sorts of things that we get to deal with. But that's fine. And to be fair, that one, I actually got very confused and my hand completely fell off the desk. Hello. How are you doing? None of you are giving me a surprise very good roll on elixir. Maybe I was just seeing something weird and I wasn't paying attention to what was actually happening. Oh no, there we go again. Some of these guys have some elixir. Very intriguing. Alright, let us make sure we get the majority of the stuff. What's that? Is that just hanging in the room? I can't be bothered to go get that. I didn't quite mean to go all the way down. Let's go back up. And let's go into another room. And let's see what else we can find. We're going this way. Okay, so definitely need to step up a little bit with the elixir, but it's also not as bad as it could be at the moment. We just need to find something with really good elixir rolls. Oh, but we completed our bounty, so that's very nice. I do love a good Horde mob bounty completion. Yeah, what have we seen that's actually had good rolls? Was it coins? Or was it just some of the mobs did okay? Like, dwellers aren't bad. Ironically, it would have been helpful to actually have some wild. Thank you for a soul mirror. And coins aren't bad, actually. Definitely do a little bit with that. Hello. Are you gonna shoot me? No? Okay. Fair enough. And let's head up and let's get these gilded chests. Always good. Hello, Mega Man. I'm trapped on a clock that I did not see. Hello. So, goodbye. And let's get all of you. How were... Oh yeah, living chests weren't great either, were they? I definitely think in terms of the loot, It seems that I think we just spawned a champion. I think that coins are actually our best bet in terms of our looting potential. But hello. You are surprisingly tenacious. Oh, I guess I'll see you down there in a little bit. No worries. And I was gonna head up here to get all of these coins, because I definitely want the coins. Hello. Don't mind me, I just want all of these coins and all of their elixir. Thank you very, very much. There's also just so many coins around here. To be fair, we did 2 extra stacks of coins, so that does make sense. But I'm always appreciative of it nonetheless. So let's just get out of here. Oh, there's some coins up on top. Hello, I would like your coins, please. Thank you. And I just fell down into a pit that's luckily mostly just hornblocks. Otherwise that would have been much worse. Although you can go up. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's head up. Is it here? Nope, there's one to the side. Ah, dear. Oh, hi, guy. You are very slow again, but I did also just walk into you to take the damage, so maybe your entire moving incredibly slow is actually an effective strategy, because people just walk to you instead of the other way around, which honestly, fair play, that is a pretty smart move. They always say work smarter, not harder, and I feel like that might be a complete embodiment of that sentiment. Now, where are those chests? Aha, they're up here. I will also take some regen. Oh, and there's a hand in. Fantastic. I do love knowing where a hand in is. And actually, now we're just over halfway done with this elixir. We still have more than half the vault left, so I do think this should be fine to complete, which is fantastic. As long as we keep getting roughly the same amount of stuff, I think we will be just fine, which I do love. And I've decided I don't actually want those chests. I wanted to be down here and find that champion. There you are. Hello, my good man. Could you stop running circles around me? Thank you for the epic sword. Christ, okay, I will take that. That was actually pretty darn kind of you, so I will take it. Hello, everybody. No need to worry. Just don't mind me. I would just like your elixir and all of your loot, if you would be so kind. Thank you very much. And, ooh, a zombie dungeon? I might be persuaded to do a zombie dungeon. I do love them oh so much. And the mobs are a bit harder today, but not crazy difficult, so I would think we should be able to do it without too many problems. I say this now, it could be famous last words, but that's just fine. Hello. Wonderful. I will be taking all of these chests, thank you very much. And let's see, what are you? Extreme, ooh, but for an 8 chests? Yeah. Let's give this a go, although somewhere there is a lovely champion. Hello there, guy. I'm incredibly grateful for this rail right now, because you guys, you have so much health. Like, my god, you have so much health. And you actually hit quite hard. But you are extreme, so that does make sense. Oh god. Gosh darn it. Oh, I was so close to getting out of there. Can I blame that on being on a different setup? I have a feeling that I can't, can I? God, that was so annoying. I was so close to getting out. Oh well, let's just respawn. We were actually going to complete that elixir as well. That is such a shame. But considering we were only in there for, what, 10 minutes? We got 138 coin piles and 90 chests and 216 mobs. But yeah, I probably, even with zombies, considering the extra 50% health and 30% damage, probably should have just turned around and gone the other way. But sometimes I'm just not that smart. But I do think we should have got some decent loot from that. So let's take a look. And we did actually get a decent amount of loot. We got 3 mod boxes, over 700 bronze, 60 knowledge essence, 91 vault diamonds, 6 jewel pouches, and 10 gear pieces. Plus, we completed half of our tank mob bounty, but we completed our horde mob bounty, so we also get this. So, let's see what we can find in these jewel pouches. Ooh, max roll trap disarm, I will take it. A legendary vanilla immortality, and a pretty high roll at that. I think that's worth taking. 4.8% copiously. Okay, apparently the jewels feel bad for what just happened and are giving me incredibly good rolls. I will take that copiously. 2.5% item rarity. Yeah, I will take that. Ooh, 1 hammer size. I do love my hammer size. And finally, a perfect legendary item quantity that also has vanilla immortality, durability, and reach. I mean, all of the other 3 are pretty low rolls. I mean, the reach is a mid roll, but an absolute max roll legendary item quantity? I will 100% take that. Good lord, that's a good jewel. And what about all of this lovely, lovely gear? The only thing I think we'll be keeping hold of is, of course, the epic sword, and it definitely has some good points and also some not so good ones. So on the positive side, it has a pretty decent durability. It also has 4 chaining, which I'm always intrigued by chaining because we used to use it way back and it was very fun. So I might think about using it again, but it also has not the best crafting potential I've ever seen. It only has 1 repair, and the implicits and suffixes definitely could use some work. But I do think I will check it against my backups and see if it's better than one that we already have. And since we only got like halfway through that vault, I think we probably have time to do just 1 run on our Ascension Vault, because we currently have 4 stacks, and while it might be a bad idea to start doing another vault on this, considering we just died, there's only one way to bounce back from a death inside the vaults, and that is to head right back in. So, let's make ourselves a crystal. And dying inside that vault broke our leggings, so let's just repair those nice and quickly. And we can of course also take our silver scrap bounty. And let's hope that this vault doesn't have quite such a dramatic and abrupt ending. What do you have for us? We have another elixir, and I am here for this. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves. Of course, we do also have 4 flame, which does increase the difficulty of the objective, so hopefully this will still give us some good rolls, but we will just have to see. And it looks like we have one of the nice beachy themes, which I am always here for. So let's head in and let's hope that we get some good rolls. Maybe this time the wooden chests will actually give us something. Hello, horde mobs. Oh, the horde mobs have at least some elixir, so that's very promising. I do like that. And we'll also get to see about these wooden chests. Hopefully they might also give us at least just a little bit. Yes, it's only a little bit, but I will take a little bit over none. How are you guys looking? Pretty good. Oh, how are gilded chests? They also have a little bit of elixir, and I'll also take all of these chests. Fantastic, that was our silver scrap bounty. Wonderful. Hello. Ooh, you guys have some good elixir. Is this the first assassin mobs we've run into in this entire vault? Because that was an awful lot of elixir that I don't think I knew that we had. Oh, well, I spy an old little friend. Well, hello there. I would very gladly take you to lift up my spirits. Yes, yes, this is why the vault had to kill us inside the last one, because it just wanted to make sure that we wouldn't miss out on getting the paint bucket room. Which, you know, while I could have done without dying, I do appreciate it making sure that we don't miss out, because I do love these guys. So I would definitely take it. I think that should be everything, so let's head out. And you were a lovely little paint bucket room. I do love you guys every time you show up, and it did definitely bring a smile to my face after the tragedy of the last vault. So, if that was your intention, mission accomplished, my man. Aha, you are exactly who I needed. Fantastic. Ooh, a lost bounty? I mean, we have the money. I will definitely buy you. Thank you very much. I'm such a sucker for a lost bounty. I swear, they could put them in basically every single vendor, and I would probably buy them pretty much every single time. I'm just such a sucker for them. Oh, hi there, champion. You're not gonna cause me any problems, right? Oh, he almost caused me problems. If he hadn't died on that hit, that might have been it. Again. Oh my god, he hit so hard. Hello, would you like to complete my elixir for me? You would! Isn't that lovely of you? Perfect. Okay, so we have about 8 minutes to just loot and do what we fancy. You know what? A zombie dungeon. What difficulty? Difficulty normal? Okay, let's go straight into making sure that we don't start becoming scared of going into zombie dungeons, because we can't really afford to be hesitant with zombie dungeons, because they are the absolute easiest of them, and it was both an extreme one, which is normally difficult but doable, and it had more modifiers. So we just need to remember that normally these guys are absolutely fine, and then hopefully it will not come back to haunt us that we previously died in one. Now it also depends what the guy is gonna have. Oh, he makes guys ethereal. Now that's not so fun. Hi, guy. Can we just deal with you? Thank you very much. He just gave me some guaranteed Omega Vault boots. I mean, I deserve that for the fact that he made guys ethereal, but Jesus Christ, I still will take that. We did it! We survived the vault. Oh, now that is a good feeling. There is something about surviving a vault after you just died that is very satisfying. And we got 44 coin pals, 151 ores, and 183 chests, and 576 mobs, and we completed, and we put another stack on our crystal. Now that is very, very good. And just look at all of this lovely, lovely loot. We got 3 mod boxes, 4 mystery eggs, a ton of ores, a lost bounty from the vendor, enough soul mirror antiques to redeem yet another god capstone, a charm, 2 jewel pouches, and 5 gear pieces, including our guaranteed Omega boots. Plus, on top of that, we completed both of our bounties, and we completed the vault, so we also get all of this. So first, let's see what we get in these 2 jewel pouches. Ooh, that's a very low roll, but that is a very nice 2.7 item quantity. I will take it. And as for our other one, ooh, a choice of 2 different legendaries? Okay, so we have a pretty high legendary mining speed, or a very high legendary item rarity. I mean, I have to go for the item rarity. That is so good. And as for all of this lovely, lovely gear, I think the only piece of gear we're going to keep hold of are the Omega, and these are actually very, very nice. They have a great amount of crafting potential, a ton of repairs, a pretty decent durability. The implicits definitely need some work. The armor is great, but ability power isn't overly interesting. And then as for the prefixes, 30% attack damage and 5 health is fantastic, but I'm not as fond of the effect avoidance, so we might end up losing that anyway. And for the suffixes, it's got a great item quantity, but the other 2 aren't overly interesting. But overall, these are very, very nice boots, and we will definitely be keeping hold of them. And as for our stat booster pack, we have plus 0.5% increased attack damage, always very tempting. We have plus 1% increased health, or another plus 0.5% increased attack damage, but this time it's shiny. And you guys know me, I am a sucker for the shiny, so let's go for that. And we of course need to see what this lost bounty wants from us, so let's take a look. And it wants us to complete a scav, and it's gonna give us like 25 gold. I'm pretty sure we only paid 23, so that, even with just the gold, is an improvement. And scav is one of the things that we can get on our challenges rock. So hopefully, assuming that everything is back to normal next episode, we might be able to do that. And just before we finish for the day, I think I'm going to treat myself to some black market pulls, because we have enough soul shards to pull 10, and I am always a sucker for an unknown item. So let's pull 10, and let's see what we get. Now that is actually a very strange set of pulls. Okay, so we mostly got gear, which obviously could be good, but it depends on what it rolls. Then we got 3 mod boxes, which aren't great. And then we also got a pyretic focus, which I don't think we have many of those guys. So I think that is probably our best overall pull, but I do want to see what we get from all of this gear. And how did we do? We got common, scrappy, common, scrappy, and a rare, which has some pretty decent things, but I think most of our backups have some form of legendary, so it might not be overly useful. But let's take a quick look. Yeah, just look at our backup shields. We have legendary thorns, legendary health, legendary thorns again, legendary health again, and a legendary healing 5 cloud when hit. So unfortunately, I don't think our little rare shield is going to quite make the cut. But it could have been worse, and on the plus side, this does mean that we get ourselves some nice extra bolt scrap. But on that note, I am going to leave this episode here, and well, I was right that things were definitely going to be scuffed, but it was still a pretty fun episode, and we also got to add a stack to our Ascension run, so I am calling that a win. And like I said, hopefully next episode I'll be back at home and we'll be able to do a usual episode, but sometimes you've just got to roll with what you get given, so we'll just have to see how everything goes. But until then, thank you guys for watching, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!